Hello everybody out there, and welcome back here with the future once again. And this time I have another unboxing and review to do. And this is something that I actually won in a giveaway courtesy of HBK_Hasbros on Instagram. That is at HBK_Hasbros. Make sure you go check him out for other giveaways and a lot of cool stuff that he does on his Instagram page there. That's most of his work there. But I was lucky enough to follow the rules that he had on Instagram for this giveaway for a chance at it, and I actually ended up winning. And it is something that I've been wanting for a very long time. It is a mint on card example, or a mint on card, I guess you would say, an example for my collection, but a mint on card WWF Hasbro action figure. This one is from 1993. It is the Papa Shango Series 6 WWF Hasbro figure. And man, just to have a representation in my collection of a carded version, because as anybody knows that watch my channel here, I have a mint on card collection going of all kinds of different figures that I liked as a kid, from lines that I liked as a kid, certain figures. And I've been saying, I even said to my friend right before I won this, that I really wanted a mint on card Hasbro for my collection, and I ended up winning this anyway. So big ups to my friend Chad from HBK Hasbros on Instagram. I'll put that underneath in the description below that you can go check him out, and his address there. And not much more to say on the intro here other than we're gonna check this box out. I'm gonna tear it open and check out the mint on card 1993 Papa Shango WWF Hasbro action figure from Series 6. This was actually the last series that was on the neon blue backing card too. So, I have not had one of these in my hand since I was a kid, a carded version. And it's been a few days sitting here, and I've been anticipating doing this video, but I'm glad to get around to it. So big ups to Chad. Like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below. I really appreciate all the feedback, all the support here, everybody who's subbed lately and everything. I really appreciate it all here on my channel, and I just wanted to let everybody know that. And now let's get into this unboxing and review of Papa Shango WWF Hasbro. Let's check it out. All right, so here it is, sent via my friend Chad from HBK_Hasbros on Instagram. Sent it priority mail. It didn't take very long to get here. Like I said, it's been here a few days, and just now getting around to opening it up. One thing I wanted to show everybody here before I forget is, remember last time my ring was all dusty and everything? Well, I actually gave this thing a literal bath. Most of the stickers stayed intact. The middle of that has been pounded up since and scuffed up since I've been a kid, from wrestling on it. That's how much I used this ring when I was a kid, just a fanatic about my wrestling figures. And I don't know if anybody's ever saw, some people may have not saw this ring before, but there's Hogan WrestleMania on that side on the table. You got your ring steps, and Mattel recently did that WWE retro ring, and I really want to get one of those. This one actually needs a replacement sticker, but I might, this one definitely, has to get replaced. I don't know. It's kind of like nostalgia for me to be all banged up, but it's just about time. And also, obviously, needing turnbuckles and ropes. But other than that, it's awesome for, when you're showing off your figures or whatnot, because you don't have to mess with the ropes. But I had the box sitting on there. And, since it's going to take me a few to open this up, I'm going to take my knife now. I actually lost my pocket knife. I broke it and need to get a new one, so I'm going to use this and be really careful, and then we'll check out what's inside. Bear with me. Okay, so I have the box opened up, and I did sneak peek it a little bit, but he had it packed with plenty of I'm going to have some fun popping all these bubbles, by the way. Love them. And yeah, he has it packed really nice in here, actually in a special protective case here, collector case as well. And wow, there it is. I did know that he did note that there was a little bit of damage up there in the corner, but I don't even care because this is just awesome already from looking at it. And I do have, that I didn't mention, a loose version of this already, and he put a little grailrewards.com deal in there too. There's the back of it, which we'll look at closer here. I'll actually take it out of this case. But yeah, this is awesome. And I like that he gave me the case too, that I can, because I like displaying them, keeping them mint on cards. So it's awesome that he gave me the collector case to keep it in. The old Zolo World one too. So nice cases they have. But yeah, Papa Shango, the voodoo witch doctor. Let's get this out of the package now and make sure there's nothing else that he has in here. Okay, so all paper. I'll put my bubbles in there for later. Yeah, but yeah, now it's time to check out the mint on card and the loose version of Papa Shango. Let's check it out. All right, so here we have the mint on card and the loose from my childhood collection version of Papa Shango. And wow, I am so glad that I won this on that giveaway. Big ups to Chad from HBK_Hasbros. The card is a little bit banged up and not in perfect condition, has some creases in it, you know, looks nicked up there to the left. But nonetheless, it's a carded example of a Papa Shango action figure. Accessory included there in the back. He had that bone skull necklace, which I lost a long time ago with my Hasbro. So I only had the loose version here of Papa Shango. But so glad to have the carded version, like I said, and I took it out of the protective case for now, just for show. And yeah, if you look at this, the thing that I loved is just, you know, remembering back when I was a kid and walking into the toy store, Toys R Us or Walmart or wherever, and seeing just a ton of these hanging, how eye-catching they were. I love the WWF logo prominent up to the left, which lets you know right away these were WWF official figures. You had your Papa Shango, you know, photo to the right, which a lot of times they worked off the photo, the artist did. They would use that for the card back. I love the illustration down here, like a cartoon drawing of Papa Shango doing his spellbinder, which was basically, I'll show you how it was. It was basically called a boxer punch, and all the artwork that they did on these figures. They did full plan artwork on these. Real wrestling action, they called it. There's your Hasbro logo down there to the right. Not to forget your assortment number. I love Papa Shango underneath it there. And just, you know, a slanted font kind of. And then you had over there to the left, it's real small for the camera, but it says Official World Wrestling Federation Licensed Product. So I don't know how. Let's see if I can get a focus on that thing or not. But nonetheless, I think you can make it out well enough. But it's really small. And like I said, official WWF World Wrestling Federation up here to the left. I don't think it says anything under that. But Shango, what a figure here. And a little bit of a smudge there on the bubble. Let's see if we can get that off. It looks like maybe there was a tag there or something, maybe, on the bubble. But yes, he has the full, you know, necklace that he could also hold in his hand as well, right there. And like do some voodoo on you with it. I wish I still had the accessory to show off with the figure, because it was cool to put on him as like the necklace for his entrance or whatnot. And one thing about the Hasbro figures, you know, if a hat was on them or whatever, they were not removable 100%. You know, pretty much 100% of the time. I don't think any hats in the Hasbro line were actually removable now that I think about it. I was going to say 90% of the time, but I think pretty much 100% of the time, if they had a hat, it wasn't coming off. But yeah, you gotta love that, you know, old school card back, which the WWE Mattel Retros did a good job at it. But the cardboard definitely wasn't as thick and didn't feel, you know, didn't feel the same as a actual Hasbro, in my opinion. They did a lot cheaper card backs on theirs than the Hasbros did. But I love it. And I always loved the little stars shooting across the background there for the superstar. Shango, man, he was cool. AKA the Godfather, Pimpin' Hose, Nationwide. He was also Kama, the Supreme Fighting Machine, with the $1 Million Corporation, where he was like a supreme, ultimate fighter before Ultimate Fighting was cool, actually. And then there was his run in the Nation of Domination as Kama. And he said there's been promo pictures actually pop up lately that you could actually search. They were going to change the character up, update the character and bring him back around the time that Kane debuted. But since they already had Kane coming in, they decided against it. So you have your warning up there to the right. I don't know if I already said that, but your 4 and up ages. But there's a nice picture of what Papa Shango really looks like there, or looked like there. And if anybody doesn't know, Papa Shango was actually Vince McMahon based the character on Baron Samedi from Live and Let Die, the James Bond film. So Baron Samedi in that film, check it out. Live and Let Die, look it up. But Baron Samedi, or Baron Samedi, however you want to say the last name, is who Papa Shango was a take on. And he looks very much so like him. Even when he started his first initial debut match, which you can also find on YouTube, he actually did not have the paint on his jaw. It only went up to like the bottom of his mouth there, and the chin and everything was open, much like Baron Samedi from James Bond, Live and Let Die, looked like. But maybe, I don't know if they were like, we need to just do the whole face, it looks too similar, or what. But even on the figure, they got the whole face. But 1993, man, these were awesome. The first articulated figures, the first smaller figures, besides the Remco line that weren't like a He-Man figure. These were like articulated and all in a different style with different actions, movable arms on a lot of them. Just a few of them had legs that moved. But now we need to go to the back. We spent about 10 minutes on the front itself, but I am very excited about getting this. And there is a card, little bio here on Papa Shango, which, let's check that out. World Wrestling Federation, Papa Shango, height 6'5", weight 330 pounds. His origin is unknown. He's known for being a voodoo doctor. His favorite quote is, "Beware, Papa Shango determines your fate." And then it says his future ambition is to cast a spell over the WWF. There you have that WWF with the star logo on the back, or stripe down it. And there's Papa Shango with an imposed autograph over the top of it, with his awesome skull. That'd been cool if they could have gave him that, but I think that was going over the top for Hasbro on the skull. I don't know. The stick even. I don't know. I've seen some people who've like made the stick for him or whatnot. And I always love this over to the right, how to do the action. Papa Shango's Spellbinder. It says the instructions. Sorry, we lost some light there. Hold figure in position and pull right arm straight back as shown to activate release arm. Well, that maybe get into showing them off close up here. And here's how you do the action. You just pulled the arm straight back. It was like a spring mechanism. Oh, it's hard to do with one arm. But right back like that, you would put your wrestler in front of him and let go. Boom. And like I said, I've had this one since '93, when that line came out. My dad scored this one for me at Toys R Us. I remember him bringing these back, in a big bag from Toys R Us full of figures. He was a great dad. He still is. I love the detail that they gave him on the singlet, the snakes and the voodoo, tribal voodoo-like design. Because, like I said, he's a voodoo witch doctor, known for being a voodoo doctor, it says. He had a ton of tattoos before. Like, tattoos were cool to have a ton of them. I remember he was like one of the first guys I seen like just totally tatted out. This don't do him justice, actually. You can see the arm tattoos have worn out just a bit
from playing with him. I played with him an awful lot. I had a lot of wars with him and the Undertaker. I thought they were perfect opponents for each other. Should have had a bigger feud, in my opinion, between Shango and Taker. But you can see the peg holes, the famous peg holes, that they never did, give us any reason why they put peg holes in there. There had to have been a reason. Unless that's just how they, casted the molds or casted the figures when they molded them. I don't know. But yeah, I always loved this figure. And another thing about this figure, this was going to be the body style. They were going to use this exact same body for the Wave 12, I believe, is what it would have been. Because they had 11 series. And the 12th series that was just rumored was going to have a Big Daddy Cool Diesel figure. And the artwork for the figure, showing the plans by the artist on what the figure would look like and what they would use for parts, were going to use the Big Daddy Cool. Diesel was going to use the Papa Shango body, just like that, and just a repaint, basically, with Diesel across it. So that's a cool little deal about Papa Shango. You can look at this and kind of get a gist on what, Diesel was going to look like body-wise. But a thing about Papa Shango I always noticed on mine, he has hair in the back. And I don't know if that had to have been a mistake and they just went ahead and painted over it. But you can see that there is, hair on the back of the head of Papa Shango. I don't know how good it's focusing. But let's see. I don't know if we can get the focus in on this hair or not. But you can see clearly, when I get in the light there, that there's hair under the hat. And I think that was a mistake. Somebody thought there was hair on Papa Shango when they did the figure. And they made the mold or whatever, and it just passed through, and then they decided just to keep it and paint it skin color because he's bald underneath. And that's one thing I wanted to check on this one, is they ever fix that, or... So that may be something that I'm just now noticing, is that this one let's see, I can clearly tell this one has like a hair mold under it that they just painted over. Like, I mean, you can clearly see that, but I'm looking on this one. It's not as easy to tell if they did that on this figure too. So yeah, I don't know if they ever corrected that or if they just kept going with that. It looks like they kept going with it. But a weird little thing that I never heard anybody really mention is that clearly, there's hair underneath the back, and they just ended up, painting that skin color because he's bald, as anyone can see. But look at the picture, you can't really tell from the back if he had hair or not. So I don't know. Weird little tidbit, but they did a pretty good job. And there is my one from when I was a kid, and the one that's been around since '93, obviously, sent to me by HBK Hasbro's in the package, so mint on card. And one thing we didn't look on the back here is what I always loved is your other figures that you could collect. Had collect them all always on the back. And I have all of these except the Hogan with no shirt. First time you could get Hogan, without the tank top on. But you had Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, the Mountie, IRS, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Model Rick Martel, Macho Man Randy Savage, Berserker, El Matador, Virgil, Skinner, Repo Man, Tatanka, Papa Shango, and Ric Flair. And I have all those figures except for the Hogan with no shirt. I could have swore I had that one at one point in time, but for the life of me, I don't know what the hell happened to it, if I ever did, or I just imagined that or really wanted it and thought I had it. It's hard to remember some things from when you were a kid. Official, WWF World Wrestling Federation licensed product, WWF World Wrestling Federation over the How to Do the Action, the Spellbinder, his real wrestling action. Obviously, this one is actually, marked 1992, but, the series was launched 93. And there's your proof of purchase down there, your UPC label, World Wrestling Federation. But yeah, Papa Shango. And yeah, I loved how they just did these cartoonish drawings here on the back. And man, if I can, you know, get my hands on more carded Hasbros, I definitely will. But like I said, if you've seen my last few videos, I was able to get Texas Tornado and Greg the Hammer Valentine, which had eluded me since my childhood, and added them to the childhood collection that I am still building on here at 37, almost 38 years old. But yeah, really happy that I won this, and like I said, big up to my friend Chad from HBK Hasbro's for running the giveaway contest for this. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better one either if I was gonna, you know, pick one out. This is perfect. I like those darker characters in wrestling anyway, and I've always been a fan of Papa Shango. Another fact about myself, the first ever wrestling event that I ever attended live was in Springfield, Illinois in 1992. And who headlined it? It was the Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shango. He put spells on you. I mean, he had the Warrior, like, black liquid coming down from him. He even lit Louis Spicolli when he was a jobber. He lit his feet on fire. I'm pretty sure that was Louis that he lit his feet on fire. I know he did something to Louis Spicolli, and I'm pretty sure that was it. If I'm wrong, and you know, correct me. Because I've been known to be wrong, you know. I'm a huge fan. Always, you know, love studying and learning about, you know, wrestling, but I'm no expert. I mean, I'm sure there's people who know a lot more than I do. But, man, do I love my Hasbros and, you know, my Hasbro collection. So, like I said, big ups to HBK Hasbros. Make sure you check him out on Instagram. Like I said, I'm going to put his address down below. And make sure you go follow him for awesome deals like this and giveaways. I can't wait to enter more and see if I can win more and see what else he has. But yeah, like I said, big ups to him. Thanks to everybody who subscribed lately, dropped any comments, left any feedback. This was an awesome unboxing to do. Very fun for me. Like I said, I was excited to dig into this guy for 2 days now. I've had him sitting around, so it was like Christmas opening him up. But yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Keep collecting out there. And as always, till next time, peace out.